Hey, good morning, everybody. It's JD coming to you. It is October 26, 2020, in the year of COVID. Good Monday morning, about 10:09 Central. I'm short the queues right now. Hopped in it was 282.69, and I waited for the move. Probably I could have gotten in on the reversal, but I wanted to let it go below the VWAP. And where was my entry? A little bit lower, a little bit more of a. I wanted some confirmation, but I'm in profit right now. But I wanted a one-to-one move, basically, or a measured move. Uh, let's see if I can show it. Where the reversal began down to the first pullback, and so and I just took profit. All right, it exited at 9.29. So I was in at $7.90. Exited at 9.29. What was I? Which one was I in? The November 6th, 284 put. That was a good move. Got in at 790. So over. Let's see what was. Let's get the exact. Good pullback. And I can't tell the profit. 139 on the day. So what's the percentage on that? Doesn't matter. Uh, is found a little bit of support, and I was just looking for a move of a one-to-one move, as Larry Williams says, or a measured move where that first push, I wanted to try to match that. I was looking for a match. When I say that, it's like we had the sell off, a little bit of a reversal into a bear flag, and you can pretty much guess, or not guess, but the probability of getting close to the same amount of that move, you know, within that same range. It's kind of hard to explain, but we were also fine. I was also coming up against support on the 30-minute and the hour from previous days. So we're in that area of structure, but it's also falling below it. So the Qs may try to go a little bit further. But I wanted to get that quick move, quick pull out. And they're on the 15-minute, you can see it a little bit more where their buyers are down here at the 280.95 area. A couple of buyers around there, but we really sold off. And it might go back down a little bit further, but it found support. Looks like the SPY found support also. Ford is finding support. Everybody's finding a little bit of support. PFSI was my other short that I was looking at. I didn't get into that one. Uh, it's set up on the daily for me. One of my setups to where it was ready to go, and I didn't have the available capital. I had it was in another position, but you can see the cues right there. But PFSI, Penny Mac Financial. But look at that. I was looking once it okay, big time sell off. We're about to run to support, but sell off had an exhaustion day where it reversed a little bit and pushed up. And the idea is that if it falls below the previous day's low, that's a good entry. So 56.54, but really 56.50 was my alert, and you go short. Some people look for it to bounce back up to another level during, but I mean, if it had gone above this, above the previous day's high, 58.52, you go long. If it goes below that, you go short, and you look for an intraday entry. And that's how I run the game on, not the game, but my setups on that one. So the Q's was more of an intraday scalp, and that's pretty much it, guys. Let's go back to the Q's real quick. And really, more than an intraday scalp now. If I could get back in, I would. I moved to a cash account, so to keep away from the day trades and things like that. But anyway, the Qs is really setting up for a sell off. It's support right now. It said support, and it's gonna be some weird action, man. I can't call this one, man. But I mean, inverse head and shoulders to an extent. It's already made that push. Like, well, let me just draw it real quick. And it's not a clean one. I could go in this area. I could go here, but we'll go from this neckline right across there. This is the head, left shoulder, right shoulder. Look for the push, reversal, test, come down and push through, and it already broke through the head and shoulders. So it made the push up, and it couldn't recapture the previous high, so it's selling off. Now I'm looking, are we gonna go below this little choppy area down to this support level, or is it just gonna hang out? So it, it's at 280.44 and it is running. So, and I set a trailing stop on it when I got stopped out. So I gave it 25 cents. Let's just add up the percentages on this here. In at 790, out at 912. No, 9. What's the exit? 929. I'm sorry, guys. I'm looking on my phone. The exit was, yeah, 929. $9.29. So minus 7.90 equals $139 profit. But what I want to know is the percentage gain. 7.90. So 17% gain, and it's still pushing down. That would have been a really good. I put the trailing stop in place. Um, let's see. I put the trailing stop in place just because I was moving around the house a lot, and I would have hate to have missed the move, and then it runs back up without giving me my profit. So let me just get the profit, even though it's a perfect. We have a bull flag. I mean a bear flag here, second bear flag, but this is going to be, to me, we're coming to the last like exhaustion. We're also oversold on the 5 minute. So there could be a re-entry, but it's gonna have to go back up and retest. And then if I'm putting the naked charts on here, guys, to where other than just drawing up my rectangular, my boxes and things like that, or I don't have the moving averages on right now. If I throw them on, you'll be able to see that it's kind of pulled far away from the VWAP. And when it gets that far from the VWAP, that is kind of a sign that it's going to kind of go back towards average price. Let me add the 30. I like my 30 EMA on here. And it's really pushing, but let's make this a bit darker. Hey, I like that. Like that. Like that deep blue. And the thing is when the VWAP, guys, is something I use on the lower time frames, like the 30-minute, 10-minute, 15-minute. And the yellow line is the VWAP, volume weighted average price. And price tends to either become magnetized and come back to it, or when it hits it, it will be repelled at times, but it always comes back. If sometimes it'll get extended. When I say extended, it's like the distance from here to price. It's kind of far. There's a gap between that. That gap ends up being filled on an intraday. Right up. Let me remove this. This particular push up really wasn't a push. It didn't get away from average price that much, and it was sucked back in and fell below the VWAP. And this is what my mentor used to call a VWAP crush. We're falling below all the moving averages, and you can get your good move. You get your good day trade out of that. Um, and if the longer term trend was in line with that, which it kind of a double top, and you boy guys, we're gonna test something on the Qs anyway. Uh, if you get the trend in your favor on the longer term, you can hold your shorter term plays a little bit longer. But we're going down on declining volume, so doesn't mean we're going to reverse, but we're testing some lows right now. 218, 280, 13. I hadn't traded the Qs in a minute. I might have to slide back in this thing. But anyway, guys, that is what I was working on today. Um, let's see what PFSI is doing. Yeah, I would be in and out of PFSI. I want Boeing to go ahead and make its nice little reversal. Uh, Took profit in PACB, Pacific Biosciences. They have run for weeks. Look at that. I got in at that like the $8 handle. Kathy Wood, ARK Invest is really stronger than these guys. I'm still in the calls in my Roth, the long term, I think March 2021 calls, but I took profit on the stock because I'm looking for a short term pullback at some point. But it was set up today for a nice run like it did, and it's kind of pulling back or resting. But yeah, guys, that is about it for the day, and I will talk to y'all later.